According to studies by Gallup, McKinsey, and others, the average employee typically expends only 40 to 60% effort, while top-performing employees have the power to boost productivity by a remarkable 400 to 800%. What would the implications be for your company's growth trajectory if you could achieve a similar surge in productivity? Introducing the XP3 Talent System, a scientifically validated methodology that dramatically improves your organization's ability to hire, train, and retain top talent. Just as you have structured systems, processes, and tools to serve your customers and grow your company, XP3 provides the essential people element that makes all your other systems work better. There are 3 components to the XP3 Talent System. First is our proven methodology for hiring, training, and retaining top talent. Next is our unique set of tools, the proprietary XP3 Talent Management Platform, and our partnership with MPO, provider of the world's leading behavioral assessment tools. The third component is our comprehensive talent transformation and coaching sessions, led by our team of talent management specialists. These sessions are designed to elevate your proficiency with the XP3 system and its array of tools. By empowering you with these skills, our goal is to facilitate the creation of a company culture that prioritizes its employees, leading to enhanced profitability and success. So what kind of results does XP3 deliver in the real world? Consider this example. Prior to implementing the XP3 Talent System, a major national residential contractor was experiencing more than 80% turnover. 6 months after implementing the XP3 Talent System, we got it down to just 23%. They put all new sales reps through a 2-week boot camp. Prior to XP3, they typically only graduated about 50% of each class. After XP3, we were graduating over 90%, and we also increased the average final exam score from 81% to 93%. But the best result was that the first class we graduated did over $1.4 million in sales in their first 45 days on the job. XP3 brings you a unique suite of analytical and scientific tools to help you hire, train, and retain top talent. Our proprietary talent management platform includes tools such as our Knowledge and Skills Questionnaire. This is where the data-driven insights help determine whether the candidate possesses the knowledge and skills that are required to be successful in the role. Over the last 15 years, we've built a library of more than 170 role-specific questionnaires, which we then customize to your requirements. Another unique XP3 tool is our Talent Acceleration Onboarding Plan. This helps create an amazing onboarding experience for your new hire. It ensures that they learn the big picture of your organization, and it helps them forge new relationships and collaboration with as many other employees as possible during their first few weeks on the job. All of this contributes to their becoming productive, engaged company advocates and leads to increased retention. XP3 has also partnered with the world's leading provider of behavioral assessment tools, the MPO, and this is where the science comes into play. This suite of tools includes the MPO Personality, Target Job Profile, Right Match Analysis, and Talent Report, which assesses candidates against the required behaviors for the role. These are just a few of the amazing tools that XP3 uses to help you hire, train, and retain. We'd be happy to give you a demo of these and others. If you liked what you just saw, it's time to schedule your 30-minute discovery call with XP3. We'd love to learn more about your company and its needs, answer any questions you may have, and review our competitive fee structure. Book your discovery call today at xp3talent.com.
All right. Well, welcome to Mastering the People component of EOS with the XP3 Talent System. Hi, I'm Mike Matalone, founder and chief talent officer of the XP3 Talent System.
And I'm Ashley Rambo, XP3's client success manager. So today we're going to unpack the secrets to mastering the people component of the entrepreneurial operating system. This session is part 1, titled Right People. And in this session, we will cover 3 things. First, we'll talk about how the key to mastering the people component is really by focusing on creating employee engagement. Next, we'll talk about what employee engagement is and how it can help you increase productivity by 40 to 60%. And last, we'll talk about how to utilize your mission, vision, and values to really supercharge your ability to hire, train, and retain the right people.
All right. And then next month, we'll address part 2, the right seat component, where we'll help you to understand how to create employee engagement to the role, which you'll learn is a psychological connection, how to clearly define success in the role to better ensure right seat fit, and how to use our scientifically validated methodology to ensure your employees are always in the right seat.
So as a bonus for joining us today, you'll receive a free 60-minute consultation and a copy of the 2nd edition of Mike's Amazon best-selling book, Hire, Train, Retain, Master the Art and Science of Building High-Performing Teams that Drive Organizational Success. So if you have any questions while we're talking today, you can go ahead and put those in the chat and we'll answer them towards the end of this session.
All right. Thanks, Ashley. So let's go ahead and get started by putting some clarity around the right people component as EOS defines it. So the right people are aligned with your core values and what they call GWC, which means they get it, they want it, and they have the capacity to do it. So let me expand on that to put some more clarity to it. If they get it, it means that they have an understanding of the role that they're doing, the culture, the organization, the systems and processes, the pace, and how everything works together in one component. If they want it, this simply just means that they genuinely like the job that they're doing. And if they have the capacity, that means that they have the time, the mental, physical, and emotional capacity to do the job well.
Thanks for the clarity there, Mike. So
Sure.
as you all likely know, the People Analyzer is the tool that EOS utilizes to determine right people. While this is a fantastic tool, we believe the overall EOS process is missing a critical component to success, and that really is a focus on creating employee engagement. And this isn't just our opinion. There's a lot of research by companies like Gallup, McKinsey, and many others that has proven the key to mastering the people component is through creating employee engagement. So what is employee engagement and how do you know if your employees are engaged? Well, employee engagement is really a psychological connection to the role and the company. You'll recognize your engaged employees because they are passionate about your mission, they're excited about your vision, and they're aligned with your core values. They are company advocates who really love their jobs. So, Mike, will you tell a little bit more about the impact of engagement, especially as it relates to productivity?
Sure, of course. Well, as Ashley said, there's a lot of research behind this, and one of our go-to is the Gallup organization's State of the Global Workplace study. So during this study, they researched about 50,000 companies around the world, all different shapes, sizes, industries, and they found that the average employee is only putting in about 40 to 60% effort. And this means that they have another 40 to 60% of capacity that they choose whether or not they will put that effort in. So the key to tapping into that discretionary effort is by focusing on creating employee engagement. Engaged employees simply put in that effort. Your customers, your business goals are positively impacted as a result of that effort that they put in.
So naturally you wonder, okay, well, how do we create that? Well, really the first step in creating employee engagement to the company is to intentionally define and manage your workplace culture. So your culture is a collection of your employees' attitudes, their beliefs, their values, their interactions. Simply put, culture is how you work and it drives engagement. It impacts happiness and overall job satisfaction. It influences behaviors and attitudes in the workplace. And all of this ultimately affects performance and retention and helps attract top talent. So everyone has a workplace culture. The question is, who's defining it, and is it intentional and effective?
Right. And as an organization running on EOS, you work hard to identify your core values and what they call your core focus, which is a gap that we discovered working with our clients that operate on EOS, where EOS kind of combines the mission and the vision together in that core focus statement. But as we talked about earlier, your mission and vision are foundational components of your culture and are actually two distinct elements. So by clearly defining them separately, along with your core values, you can supercharge your ability to hire, train, and retain the right people. And in the Gallup's State of the Global Workplace study I mentioned, the impact that your mission and vision have on your employees, well, they found that organizations where employees feel like their work actually matters, they were experiencing 54% higher retention rates, 41% less absenteeism, and 33% improved quality of work, among other findings. But unfortunately, most leaders tend to think that just putting the company mission up on a wall somewhere is enough to inspire their employees to feel a connection, but unfortunately it's not. So one of the things we're going to want you to do as a takeaway from this, and we'll send you some tools to help you, is at your next leadership meeting, we want you to review your mission, vision, and values and make sure they adhere to the guidelines that Ashley and I are now going to walk you through. All right. So with that, I'm going to bring up a slide to go over your mission statement. So here you see that with regards to your mission statement, your employees need to believe in your mission, and that should inspire them to actually take action. It tells your employees and the external community three things about your company: why they exist, who your company serves, and what your company actually does. You can see our example of our mission statement down here in the bottom left, where our mission is to accelerate our clients' ability to build high-performing teams that drive organizational success. It describes why we exist, who we serve, and what we do. And you can also see here that to the right of there is some more criteria that you can use to assess whether or not your mission statement is effective. And again, we're also going to send you guys an actual assessment sheet with these tools that even go a little deeper to help you do this more effectively. So next slide, please.
Yeah. Next slide, we'll talk about vision. So your vision should inspire your employees to dream and really get them excited about achieving it. And it tells your employees, as well as the external community, your ambitions, your long-term goals, and the ultimate impact that you want to make. So you can see on the bottom left side of the slide here, XP3's vision is to create a world where employees and organizations can thrive. So this tells our team about our ambitions. It talks about our long-term goals, and it really describes that ultimate impact or that legacy that we want to create. And again, you'll notice the bullet points off to the right. We can sort of further refine the statement so that it's big and bold, it comes from the heart, or that it's inspiring.
Right. All right, next slide. Let's go to your core values. All right, so as you see here, your core values should empower your people to act. They tell your employees and your candidates how to behave and how to make decisions. And they should be aligned with your mission and vision. They should be clearly defined. And this is really important to talk about because many companies have different understanding what the terms mean, like integrity, for example, that we have in ours and a lot of companies do. But what integrity means to us may be different than what it means to you and your organization. So it should be one word, as the guideline says, no more than 3 to 6 values, and then a little sub description under each of those words that you choose so people understand what that means to you guys. Okay. So you can pull the slide down, please.
So having your mission, vision, and values is really important in your workplace for building engagement. However, simply defining them is not enough. You know, once you've defined them, it's essential that you create visibility around them and communicate them frequently, and also work to align your practices around them. Simon Sinek has famously said, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And this goes beyond your products and services and applies to your employees and their buy-in and commitment to your workplace. Hopefully your employees know what you do, but is it clear to the entire organization how you do what you do? Is it clear to your employees and your customers why you do what you do? You see, when you tell the story of why you do what you do, this is your mission and vision, and how you do what you do through your core values, you start to attract and retain people who believe that purpose is meaningful to them. And this is one of the key elements that creates employee engagement and taps into that discretionary effort that Mike talked about earlier today.
Right. And I also want to mention, if you're not aware, one of Simonson's many books is Start with Why. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, that's a great read to help you to understand and get your head around why this is so important. So the other thing that's important is communicating your mission and vision and values. Like we said, it's not enough to just hang them on a wall somewhere. You got to do lots of things proactively to make sure they're visible and they're memorable and that your people are living and breathing them daily. So here's some tangible ways that we recommend that you can do this. So first, start with your hiring, right? You should have your mission, vision, and values included on your About Us page and also possibly your career page. You should incorporate interview questions into your hiring process regarding what do these mean to the candidate and look for that connection that they're meaningful to them. You should also include them in your meeting agendas and most importantly, in your onboarding training. One of the first things that we do with our own employees and all our clients is in day one, first session in the morning when they start, is we go over the company mission, vision, and values, and we let the employees know that they have to learn these, memorize them, and live by them, and that they're even going to be tested on them. So they're that important to us. But other things too, like we have a client that actually has their core values and their mission statement in their email signatures. So you can get creative. Another client that I talked to, they actually made up coins that have each one of their core values on the coin, and managers will walk around and ask employees, hey, tell us what one of our core values is. And if they can just say what the value and describe it, they get that coin. Once they collect all the coins for all the core values, they get a $100 gift certificate for a reward for remembering them. So you can kind of gamify it a little bit and make it fun. You can also utilize them, like I said, in your meeting agendas and your one-to-ones. And I know for those of you that are operating on EOS, you know that the EOS People Analyzer evaluates your employees against your core values by rating them either as a plus minus, or just a minus. And if you're not familiar, the plus means that the employee exhibits the core values most of the time. The plus minus means that they do it sometimes, but sometimes they don't. And the minus means that they're not exhibiting them at all. So another recommendation we have is to enhance the effectiveness of the People Analyzer. You should add your mission and visions to that and assess them on those as well, because all three are critically important. So in conclusion, to mastering or the key to mastering the people component of the EOS is focusing on employee engagement. You have to create that engagement and continue that momentum throughout the employee life cycle. And then by tapping into employee engagement, as we discussed, you can increase your productivity between 40 to 60%. So basically you can double the productivity of the organization or more. And lastly is clearly defining and frequently communicating your mission and vision values is essential for attracting and retaining great people. So the bottom line is this: an organization can only perform as well as the people on the team. So think of it this way: the success of your business is determined by how well your people perform. Once you understand this, the path to scaling becomes clear. To grow your business, you must first focus on growing and engaging your people.
Thanks, Mike. So we're going to open the floor up to questions in a minute. But before we do that, I just want to remind you, so next month, we will focus on the right seat component. So today was right people. Next month will be right seat component, where we'll discuss how to create employee engagement, that psychological connection we talked about today, to the role. Again, today we are really focused on how to create that engagement to the company. Next time, we'll also talk about how to clearly define success in the role by using our simple and effective XP3 success formula to better ensure that right seat fit. And then third, we'll talk about how to utilize a scientifically validated methodology, and we'll introduce you to a tool called the MPO Right Match to ensure your employees are in the right seats. So as we previously shared, all participants today will receive a free 60-minute consultation and a copy of Mike's new book, Hire, Train, Retain, the second edition. And then, as Mike also stated, we'll send a follow-up email with more details along with the slides and a few extra assessment tools to help you evaluate the effectiveness of your mission, vision, and values.
All right. Thank you, Ashley. So let's open up the floor to see if there's any questions we can answer. So let's just type them in the chat. All right.
While we're waiting for some of those questions to come in, we did have a few previously submitted questions, Mike. So I can throw those out there. And again, if you're listening in, feel free to throw your questions still in the comments section of the chat. So Mike, a question that we were asked earlier was, can you give us an example of discretionary effort?
Sure. An example that I like to use a lot, Ashley, is about entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, the company owner, they almost, hopefully 100% of the time, put in that discretionary effort, right? Because why? Well, hopefully you believe in your mission of the company that you started and the purpose for it. You're hopefully really excited about the vision, which you're trying to accomplish in the coming years. And hopefully you have a set of core values that you operate on and make decisions based on that. So that's that psychological connection to the company that we were talking about, or at least the first foundational components to it. So that's one of the reasons, because of that, entrepreneurs are willing to do whatever it takes to help them succeed. What I learned over the years, like I used to believe years ago that, well, they're owners, so the only way to get people to do that is if they had ownership in the company. But I learned that's not true. By creating this same psychological connection to your mission and vision and values with your employees, like Ashley and I just discussed, that's one of the key elements to creating engagement and tapping into that discretionary effort. And we have lots of clients that are seeing the results of this, by the improvements in the productivity of the organization just on doing this one piece alone. So, all right, looks like there's another question there, Ashley.
Yeah, it says, it sounds like your training and retention is based off the people principles of EOS. Can you talk to that part again, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not clear what piece you want me to speak to, Dean. So, Ashley, you want to take this one?
I was gonna say if you wanted to clarify which particular part of the.
Yeah, because there's a lot to unpack there, Dean. So is there something specific on the principles of the people component? Because right now, like I said, we're talking about the right people, right seat. Today, again, it's right people. Next month, we'll do right seat. What I will say in the interim is what we've noticed, if you're, in the EOS model, right? Your company's in the center, and then the elements of EOS are in the surrounding circle. All good components, all a great approach. We believe, though, that your people are in the center of your company. So, because without your people, you really don't have a company. You have a job. So with a great team in place and your company focused, what we like to call employee-centric organizations, then everything else, the systems, the processes, achieving your sales and productivity and profitability goals, all of that becomes so much easier and scales more effectively and systematically when you're focused on growing your people first and that they are the center of everything. So hopefully, Dean, that answered that. But if not, give me another question.
Yeah, you can put it in the comments, or you're also welcome to follow up afterwards with an email. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't see, oh, there it is. Okay. Dean says high level, that is
Aligned to people aspect.
aligned. Okay, aligned to people, to the people aspect of EOS. That sounds like a huge advantage based on the XP3 system. It also sounds like your system is providing significantly more retention.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and that kind of reminds me a little bit too. And I think I answered what you're looking for there, Dean. If not, as Ashley said, just shoot an email. But here's what we know: over 33% of all new hires don't make it past the first 90 days. Right. This is typically because you're simply hiring for the job versus hiring based on right people to fit your culture. So, and then as we'll talk next month, we said the right seat. So both are equally as important. But you can't just focus on filling a seat, getting someone to do a job. The cultural fit to your mission and vision and values, is a critical element to this. So when the right person is aligned with the company and they're in the right seat, as we'll talk about next month, that means they have the knowledge, skill, and behaviors to successfully do the job. Then your retention rates are going to go up dramatically. We track every hire that we help our clients make. And over the last 5 to 6 years, we've averaged over 85% first year retention rates when they're approaching this holistically. You can't just piecemeal it, right? You can't just do, we'll do this piece because that looks easy. You got to put in the work and you have to do it all. But when you do the work, you will see the results. All right. Any other questions we have, or? Looks like that's probably it for today, Ashley.
Yeah, I don't see any other. But yeah, I think with that, and we're close on time. So
yep, we're a few minutes early. So anyway, well, thank you guys for joining us. We hope to see you in next month's session. And like we said, we will send out an email to everybody that registered with a copy of the slides and the assessment tools that we talked about, and a way for you to book your free consultation with us and get your free copy of my new book, which should be out within the next probably 3 weeks. Like I'm guesstimating it's in the final drafts now at the publisher. So thank you guys for joining us, and have a great day.
According to studies by Gallup, McKinsey, and others, the average employee typically expends only 40 to 60% effort, while top-performing employees have the power to boost productivity by a remarkable 400 to 800%. What would the implications be for your company's growth trajectory if you could achieve a similar surge in productivity? Introducing the XP3 Talent System, a scientifically validated methodology that dramatically improves your organization's ability to hire, train, and retain top talent. Just as you have structured systems, processes, and tools to serve your customers and grow your company, XP3 provides the essential people element that makes all your other systems work better. There are 3 components to the XP3 Talent System. First is our proven methodology for hiring, training, and retaining top talent. Next is our unique set of tools, the proprietary XP3 Talent Management Platform, and our partnership with MPO, provider of the world's leading behavioral assessment tools. The third component is our comprehensive talent transformation and coaching sessions, led by our team of talent management specialists. These sessions are designed to elevate your proficiency with the XP3 system and its array of tools. By empowering you with these skills, our goal is to facilitate the creation of a company culture that prioritizes its employees, leading to enhanced profitability and success. So what kind of results does XP3 deliver in the real world? Consider this example. Prior to implementing the XP3 Talent System, a major national residential contractor was experiencing more than 80% turnover. 6 months after implementing the XP3 Talent System, we got it down to just 23%. They put all new sales reps through a 2-week boot camp. Prior to XP3, they typically only graduated about 50% of each class. After XP3, we were graduating over 90%. And we also increased the average final exam score from 81% to 93%. But the best result was that the first class we graduated did over $1.4 million in sales in their first 45 days on the job. XP3 brings you a unique suite of analytical and scientific tools to help you hire, train, and retain top talent. Our proprietary talent management platform includes tools such as our Knowledge and Skills Questionnaire. This is where the data-driven insights help determine whether the candidate possesses the knowledge and skills that are required to be successful in the role. Over the last 15 years, we've built a library of more than 170 role-specific questionnaires, which we then customize to your requirements. Another unique XP3 tool is our Talent Acceleration Onboarding Plan. This helps create an amazing onboarding experience for your new hire. It ensures that they learn the big picture of your organization, and it helps them forge new relationships and collaboration with as many other employees as possible during their first few weeks on the job. All of this contributes to their becoming productive, engaged company advocates and leads to increased retention. XP3 has also partnered with the world's leading provider of behavioral assessment tools, the MPO, and this is where the science comes into play. This suite of tools includes the MPO personality, target job profile, right match analysis, and talent report, which assesses candidates against the required behaviors for the role. These are just a few of the amazing tools that XP3 uses to help you hire, train, and retain. We'd be happy to give you a demo of these and others. If you liked what you just saw, it's time to schedule your 30-minute discovery call with XP3. We'd love to learn more about your company and its needs, answer any questions you may have, and review our competitive fee structure. Book your discovery call today at xp3talent.com.